His Holiness Somdet Phra Yannasangwon, who was to become the 19th Supreme Patriarch of the Kingdom of Thailand, spent his early years in his native town of Kanchanaburi, on the banks of the River Kwai. As a child, young Charoen loved to imitate monk activities, such as using palm leaves as a ceremonial fan. The local temple, Wat Thewa Sangkharam, played a key role in his early life, and Heng often took him there, and when he was 8, Charoen entered the temple school. At age 14, young Charoen was ordained as a novice at Wat Thewa Sangkharam, where he stayed for the coming year. As his brother recalls, the overwhelming wealth of representations from the Buddha's life on the temple walls greatly stimulated the boy's imagination. During that period, his preceptor Luang Po used an ancient method to familiarize the novice with the dharma, reciting each evening verses from the sermon known as the Seven Noble Wealths, until the boy could memorize them.
ที่เป็นอริยทรัพย์ข้อที่หนึ่งความเชื่อในพระพุทธเจ้าความเชื่อในพระพุทธเจ้าว่าพระพุทธเจ้านั้นแจกจ่ายขยายความคิดของตนเองให้เป็นตัว
Recognizing the novice's exceptional abilities, his preceptor decided to send him for further studies to the well-reputed temple school of Wat Saneha in Nakhon Pathom. It was here that His Holiness furthered his Bali and Sanskrit studies. Since His Holiness excelled in his studies, it was decided to send him to the famous temple school at Wat Pavoniwet in Bangkok, the most important center of Kana Thamayut activities and traditionally linked to the royal family. When he was 20, His Holiness returned to Kanchanaburi, where he was ordained as a bhikkhu. During that same year, he was then reordained as a Thamayut monk in Wat Pavoniwet. His Holiness began to focus his entire concentration on 3 major aspects: learning. After perfecting his Bali and Sanskrit, he proved to be a keen student of English, French, Chinese, and even German. Teaching. His Holiness was an unfatigable preacher. And meditating. Apart from his secular and religious proficiency, His Holiness was always keenly interested in meditation and concentration practices. Go and live the homeless life. Practice meditation under its most varied forms. Set out and construct temples and monasteries. Preach the Dharma to those who have ears to listen. Make merit by praying. One of the first tasks His Holiness undertook after becoming the abbot of Wat Bawoniwet was to undertake numerous renovations on the temple grounds. But most importantly, His Holiness instigated a massive botanical refurbishing. When he was a young monk, he went to visit many forest meditation centers up-country. Even when one is in a town, one can make oneself feeling that one is in a forest, alone. Then your mind will be peaceful. Later, the burden of ecclesiastical administrative duties was so great he was unable to spare his time to enter forest meditation centers as before. But he kept still returning to the northeast to spread the Dhamma. His Holiness creates his own forest-like seclusion in his own shelter in the city, because he is of the view that one should practice meditation and concentration wherever one dwells, by creating forest-like seclusion in one's mind. Early onwards, His Holiness recognized the power of mass media to promote the Dhamma, using at first print media, later regular radio broadcasts, and ultimately even TV and interactive media. His Holiness made sure that the good An impressive number of constructions and restorations were initiated or supported by His Holiness. One of the ultimate accomplishments of His Holiness was the construction of Wat Yannasangwara near Pattaya, with its nearby huge Buddha image majestically overlooking the entire landscape.